Hello guys! Do you want to become a knight? Do you want to own a sturdy set of iron armour that will help you become an invincible warrior? If so, please watch this video. In this video, I will guide you through the process of making iron armour like medieval knights. This is a complicated process and requires ingenuity, but I will try to share with you in the easiest way to understand. So let's get started. Armour making process. Blueprints are an indispensable part of armour making. Iron armour design is not as sophisticated and complicated as fashion design. They don't have small details and don't have as many fabric materials as clothes. The sketch is done on a large white sheet of paper. The designer will draw a model that is standard in size to the user's size and then cut this design out. The process is not too complicated, only needing the help of a pencil, scissors, ruler and paper to come up with an idea for the armour. However, it requires creativity and ingenuity from the designer to make production easier. Avoid overcomplicated designs that cannot be cut and shaped. A flat steel plate is a great choice to start making armour. Place the drawing on the centre of the steel and cut the steel according to the template. This step is not too difficult, right? Now let's smooth the surface. Next, put it into the machine to start bending. Just put the steel piece in the right position. The machine will use strong force to press on the steel plate, causing it to bend as desired. You should use a hammer to hit it again to ensure perfect curvature. Heating helps the steel heat up so it can easily correct the curvature. To make the waist for the shirt, we need to prepare a thin, rectangular piece of steel with the same size as the length of the steel plate, just shaped above. Then we put the steel piece into the stamping machine to bend it into an edge. To bend the steel plate more accurately, we should heat it with gas and use a hammer and anvil. We bend the piece of steel into an arc so that when we put the two halves together, it will form a circle. After checking the fit of the shirt on the model, we notice that the shirt is a bit short. To overcome this situation, we can use a few more pieces of steel to lengthen the shirt. With just a few small pieces of steel, we can turn a shirt into a skirt. Thus, the wearer will be able to move more easily. To bend the steel piece, we continue to heat it with gas and use a hammer and anvil. Heat will cause the steel to expand and bend more easily. After completing the shaping steps, we need to treat the shirt surface to ensure durability and aesthetics. First, we put the shirt in the furnace to heat it to a high temperature. When the steel reaches the required temperature, we quickly take it out of the furnace and put it in cold water. This sudden cooling process will create a thin film on the steel surface, helping to protect the jacket from rust. Next, we use the grinder to polish the shirt. The grinder will help remove rust, scratches and defects on the surface of the shirt. After polishing, the shirt will have a shiny, smooth and more beautiful surface. Finally, we apply a layer of blue water around the shirt. This blue soap layer has the effect of preventing rust, making the shirt more durable during use. Finally, it is grinded one more time to polish and wash away any dirt. Thus, the body of the armour has been created. It is necessary to flatten the steel and brass parts. Then, use a chisel, a hammer and a rubber pad to create folds on the parts. Next, round the steel parts from the other side so they look like clamshells. Parts need to be assembled to fit the wearer's hand. To do this, a wooden finger mould and metal pipe can be used. The brass knuckle pieces also need to be assembled in the same way. Finally, the finger plates are attached to the gloves with rivets. Some decorative details, such as small hearts, can also be added. To round out the vambrance, the writer uses some kind of chisel to emphasise the lines. These lines are then rounded with sandpaper. The hand part is fully assembled and can be used to complete the armour. Finally, we will learn how to make the helmet. Similar to the previous two steps, we need to shape the hat. The first step is to bend a piece of steel into a circle. To do this, we need to use a piece of tower and a hammer. We also need to heat the steel to make it softer and easier to bend. Once the hat has been shaped, we need to add a protective piece underneath the hat. This part is made from two small pieces of steel, bent into a dome shape to fit around the neck. We also need to heat the steel to make it easier to bend. Two pieces of steel are joined together and attached directly to the hat. Then we need to bake the iron helmet and heat treat it to make it harder. We need to sand and polish the headpiece to give it a nice shiny surface. So we have finished learning the process of making iron armour. This is a complicated process and requires a lot of time. But if you are persistent and diligent, you can completely make your own set of iron armour. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel to support me. I will continue to share other interesting knowledge and skills in the next video. And I'll see you next time.